To inspire someone is to influence or compel one to act, often in a positive manner. In our society, when we hear the word inspiration to describe someone, we think of one who is selfless, compassionate, and driven. Girls Inc. of Northern Alberta and Syncrude are proud to introduce you to the 2013-2014 Women of Inspiration, a program designed to honor the amazing accomplishments and achievements put forth by the women of our community. These 12 outstanding women embody everything that is considered inspirational. They are mentors, leaders, and teachers. They give back to their communities not because they have to, but because they want to. They give other girls and women someone to look up to and someone to strive towards being. These women seek to build better, stronger communities, not only for themselves, but for the good of all. Giving a voice to the children is what makes Monica Mankowski a true leader. Monica's quest to enhance the lives of our region's children began shortly after she started teaching for the Fort McMurray Catholic School District. It was then she realized her passion for helping children with special needs and vowed to become their advocate. Monica was instrumental in developing an early education program within the Fort McMurray Catholic School District for pre-kindergarten children. It was a bold step made and was formed around need as opposed to budget.
Those early years in pre-kindergarten and kindergarten help the children get used to school, help them to be comfortable, help them learn to give and take. And so when they get into those higher grades, the focus is on their academics. They're more successful in their reading achievement, their math achievement, and that moves up. As they get into high school, the results of early intervention START programs is that there's higher high school completion. And ultimately, that's our goal.
Along the way, Monica noticed another unfulfilled need within the schools. This resulted in her implementing sensory rooms for school kids to help them find their own sense of calm in a very busy world.
Sensory rooms are little classrooms in our schools that have a lot of gym equipment and swings. They may have a treadmill and they might have an exercise bike. And the purpose of those rooms is actually to give the kids an opportunity to have a break and to self-regulate. What we find is the child learns better, they can focus, and they're generally happier when they have these opportunities. So teachers are happier.
Monica Mankowski truly leads by example. Her visions of a greater future for our children ensures they will enjoy unparalleled success and unending love and community support from their first days of school to the start of their bright futures. Monica embodies all that Women of Inspiration stands for. Lorianne Jensen is breaking new ground for young women in trades. In a male-dominated industry, Lorianne brings a fresh perspective and undeniable knowledge that has been unmatched. Her level-headedness and sound decision-making has made her a front-runner in the safety, health, and environmental field, and given other women in trades someone to look up to.
One thing that I would tell a young woman going into the trades is it's a very rewarding job. You get to see projects from start to finish, you get to build things, you get to start from a piece of paper and end up with something that's actually built or fixed if you're in the mechanics. You get to repair it, get it back out on the road and operating. It's very satisfying.
Lorianne's dedication to her craft has made other women entering the trades seek her guidance and support. It's a role Lorianne was destined to fulfill.
I just think at the younger ages, it's still not the girls' exposure to still non-traditional roles. It's still not prevalent in the school system. I think it's important that they know what all of their options are, and I just believe that I can help influence just by showing them that you can get in at an early age, you can get your fair shake at doing, and you can succeed at it, whether you're a female or a male.
And throughout her inspiring career, Lori-Ann has also found time to volunteer with a number of organizations in Fort McMurray. From her involvement with the United Way to leading the Days of Caring project, Lori-Ann feels it's important to give back to the community.
Another activity that that's near and dear is volunteering within the community. It's a strong community, but there's a lot of people who are in need. So I think anybody that has the opportunity to give back, time is pretty valuable. The community gives us a good place to live, so I think it's important to give back.
Lori-Ann Jensen is a true leader and inspiration. Her decision to go against the grain and forge a new path for women in trades has given a whole generation of young women more options than ever before. It's this courage and spirit that makes Lori-Ann a mentor and someone for not only girls to look up to, but women as well. Mary Thomas is a vibrant, active member of our community who is committed to helping minorities find their voice and keep their culture alive, far from where they came from. Originally from Mumbai, India, Mary and her family have happily called Fort McMurray home for many years. Mary is passionate about the arts and cultures and has been groundbreaking in keeping the arts at the forefront in our region. Mary was instrumental in bringing the Alberta Culture Days to the Wood Buffalo region. As the newly instated executive director for the Multicultural Association of Wood Buffalo, Mary has ensured other cultural minorities have a chance to display what is close to their hearts and beliefs.
We want to change that attitude which says that we are we and you are you, we are somehow different and we don't have any connection. But when we build those bridges, everybody sees that we all are into the same picture and it's a mosaic. We all add a certain color, a shade, which makes it very beautiful. It's something like a legacy that I'm hoping to build, which is not about me. It's going to be about what multiculturalism really means to this community.
A true woman of inspiration, Mary gives tirelessly of her own time by volunteering at the soup kitchen and helping tutor English. Mary was a trainer at Keano College and helped create workforce development programs to enhance communication skills.
I still deeply believe that this is something that all of us, if we can, just contribute that little bit without losing ourselves, without really thinking that, we are losing something by doing all this stuff, we can really build and we can make a community that is enviable and beautiful.
It's because of women like Mary Thomas that communities continue to grow and thrive culturally. Mary's continuous, selfless acts of volunteerism and mentoring ensure our regions will be a leader in the arts and a welcoming home to all. As current mayor of the Wood Buffalo Regional Municipality, Melissa Blake is at the helm of 6 primarily Aboriginal communities. This position has enabled her to see firsthand the challenges Aboriginals face and has resulted in Melissa being proactive in assisting with community and development services. Melissa Blake has a long list of accomplishments to be proud of. She was twice named one of Alberta's top 50 most influential people by Alberta Venture. She was a Global Television Woman of Vision in 2006. And in addition to being the recipient of several distinguished awards, in 2010, Melissa was invited to the International Visitor Leadership Program to discuss energy security and climate change with American policymakers, research scientists, and engineers.
For me, taking on the role as an elected official and then becoming mayor in 2004 was just an opportunity for me to not only embrace the necessity of giving and making things better for people around you, but it's about ensuring that the community itself is in good stead. But when you say why, I'm doing it for the next generation, and it's easy to identify when you have children of your own and you can imagine into the future their children and what they're going to be taking on as they become residents in the community and go forward in a future of their own.
Melissa Blake is a modern-day dynamo, and her love of life is what makes her such an inspirational role model for all women.
for any female in any circumstance. We are blessed in this region, I think, to have an embracing of women in non-traditional roles. You're going to find brilliant role models in any area that you wish to pursue. It's a belief that you have to have in yourself, and your faith and your abilities is the most important thing. Don't listen to the naysayers. Listen to those who see what you see in yourself and embrace it. Don't reject it. It's so important. Every lady I have met has got such tremendous value. They just need to find their niche and pursue it with passion.
Kieran is proud and passionate about the rich multicultural tapestry of the Wood Buffalo region. It's because of this passion that she's one of Wood Buffalo's most famed storytellers, detailing the lives and histories of our region's people through numerous publications. Kieran is that person who inspires others to be noticed. She strongly advocates for the women of Wood Buffalo and celebrates their successes and accomplishments by promoting their achievements on social media platforms.
When I'm tweeting someone's accomplishments, I don't think of how they are viewing it. I just believe in giving credit where it's due, as a journalist, as a person. So whether it's social media or print journalism, I like to tell other people's stories, people who are doing something genuinely because they believe in it and not because they want the limelight.
Kieran's openness about other cultures and religions has made her a woman many look up to. She truly believes and participates in educating others about all cultures while celebrating her own as well. Kieran was the driving force behind bringing the Try a Hijab event to Fort McMurray, which encouraged all women to experience wearing a hijab, no matter what cultural background they were from.
200 women that day came in and tried the hijab and said we feel beautiful and that we feel liberated. So the hijab makes you look beautiful. Muslim women are beautiful. Just because we don't show our hair or choose not to show our hair does not make us second class to anybody.
Kieran is a strong, vibrant woman with visions of a more harmonious community for everyone. Her strength and heartfelt love for all is what makes her an honorable woman and one to look up to with admiration, respect, and esteem. Leanne is a passionate voice for the children. Her passion and desire to see youth succeed led her to establish the Wood Buffalo chapter of Kidsport, a program designed so all kids have the opportunity to participate in athletic pursuits without the worries of financial restraints. As a youth, Leanne was very involved in numerous activities and felt the need to give back to other children the same experiences she was fortunate enough to have herself growing up.
I think that sports are necessary for kids that have that desire. I think that arts is also something that kids, it just depends on the personality of the child. And it really hurts when I see kids sitting on the sideline and they're not able to do the sport, and you could see it in their eyes that they really want to be there and the financial barrier is stopping them. That's the only reason. And that's one of the reasons why I felt that Kidsport was something we needed to, it was a need in the community.
Leanne has a strong belief that as a cornerstone of any community, youth athletics provides kids with a chance to shine doing something they love. With that in mind, she has put her heart and soul into fundraising for Kidsport and has been instrumental in raising almost $100,000 for the program. Her unending dedication eventually secured a sponsorship with Syncrude Canada. This led to the Wood Buffalo's Kidsport program being the receiving charity for the Boreal Golf Tournament for the past 3 years. Leanne is an inspiration and leader among women and girls. Not only does she encourage giving back to the community, she leads by example.
I just feel that every person has the opportunity to grow, and I always believe that whatever I can do to help that child grow and become the best person they can be, and whatever their desire is, then I'm there to support that.
Leanne is a dedicated volunteer with special needs children, is often seen serving food to the homeless or helping out in long-term care facilities. Leanne's selfless acts of giving and caring are what sets her apart and makes her one of this year's Women of Inspiration. Every community needs a youth mentor, And for the Wood Buffalo region, that person is Julie Dolmont. Julie is a part of McCoy, or Mayor's Advisory Council on Youth, and she takes her role as advisor and mentor to heart. She's a best friend for youth in a world full of adults, and her positive spirit and level-headed guidance ensures the Wood Buffalo youth are on the path to success and community involvement.
I feel so privileged to be able to work with a group with the Mayor's Advisory Council on Youth of such dedicated and hardworking youth. And I've learned so much about passion for our community and dedication through these high school youth who, who are a lot younger than I am, but who have a lot of determination to make this place their home and make Wood Buffalo a much better place to live.
Julie enthusiastically advocates for a stronger community by encouraging youth to be involved in local programs and by having their voices heard when it comes to discussing matters of the community. She pushes kids to make smart choices, not only for themselves, but for the good of the community they live in.
I think that the value for them to see is that they can make a difference and that their voice is very loud. And I think by empowering them to understand how loud their voice is, that's our job, is to remove barriers for youth, to say, adults want to hear what you have to say, and we give them the avenue to be able to do that.
Julie's own focus on being a positive role model has been influencing the Wood Buffalo youth to build stronger communities, support one another, and encourage each other to take active roles in helping to develop their home region. Julie leads by example, teaches through encouragement, and supports with unending faith. She lends her guidance to dreams and loudly applauds the accomplishments of our local youth. And this is what makes Julie Dolmont an inspirational role model for women and girls. Louise Cook originally came to Fort McMurray with a one-year plan and has been here ever since. Currently retiring after 24 years of work as the regional administrator with Legal Aid Alberta, Louise has been a strong advocate for women from day one and made it her mission to help empower and educate them through means available to her. Through her desire to connect with all members of the community, Louise volunteered her time with the Nanny Network program.
So these women are very anxious to become part of the community. They'll do volunteer work. They cannot attend school at all while they're a nanny. So they have to fulfill the live-in caregiver program. And in the interim, they will become volunteers in the community, and they'll make Canada very proud someday to adopt these women.
It was through this that she realized the incredible need for legal information for immigrants and refugees in the region. By establishing a partnership with Legal Aid Alberta and the YMCA, Louise was able to assist others with finding answers. Louise always had a desire to help and serve those who were less fortunate than her. Through her compassionate spirit, Louise has been an inspiration to many.
I know both my parents traveled quite a bit. I traveled quite a bit when I was younger, and I know what it's like to be in another country. And if you're I was never in a tough situation, but I think those that are in a tough situation can certainly use a hand and just make life a little easier and perhaps a whole lot better for many people.
Louise Cook inspires through her hard work, enthusiasm, and compassion towards those who are vulnerable. She has consistently advocated for women's access to justice and information and created outlets when none existed. With her caring spirit and modesty, Louise has led women from all walks of life to a greater empowerment and the knowledge that they have a friend and mentor guiding the way. Joanne wields a strength within herself that is enviable to others. Her desire to help those in need led her down a rewarding, yet often defeating path of addictions treatment services. As the current executive director of the Mark Amy Treatment Center, Joanne has infused the facility with life and energy while helping so many within the region overcome their addictions and find strength they didn't know they possessed.
I would say my biggest accomplishment really is not in the outcomes aspect. It's more in the environment that we've created. I make sure that everybody is here because they're either really passionate about addictions or really passionate about helping people.
As a Métis woman, Joanne is deeply tied to the Aboriginal community and the obstacles they confront. With this in mind, she made it her mission to help Aboriginals fighting homelessness by establishing a program called Red Road Home in an effort to help Aboriginal clients find adequate housing in the region.
I developed the Red Road Home program, which is basically providing an Aboriginal housing liaison person to work with the Aboriginal homeless people in Fort McMurray. And it's really just guiding them through that housing process with Housing First, or trying to find other housing with them through different means within our community or maybe their home reserves.
Joanne is a strong, bold woman who is forging new paths in addictions treatment, thus ensuring a healthier community. She stands up for what she believes in and fights for the rights of those often unheard. Joanne's dedication to her community is what sets her apart and makes her a woman for all to look up to and count on. If there's something to be said, Verna Murphy will say it. As a well-known freelance writer and blogger, Verna is outspoken on issues affecting her community, and with her written word, fights for those who are at a disadvantage. Verna strongly advocates for fostering and caring within the region, and in true leadership fashion, she wholeheartedly participates in the solution. She herself has fostered over 12 children, and in addition, made a life-changing decision to adopt one of the kids she fostered.
When we moved to Fort McMurray, there was such a need for foster parents here. The foster parents that were here for long periods of time have retired or moved away. So I'd actually done a story about the need for foster parents in Fort McMurray, and that's what finally compelled us to get involved and start doing it ourselves.
Through Verna's writing, she's given a sense of community and friendship to other women. Her articles are close to the heart for many and often based on her own personal experiences.
I found in the last 2 years that the more I share, the more I get in return, because I realize that I'm not alone in all my experiences that I've had, whether it's adoption or fostering or cancer or whatever the situation is. So we all kind of connect on some level through those stories, whether it's me sharing my story or if I'm getting to share their story. So it's pretty amazing. I've been blessed.
Verna Murphy's life experience is vast, and she herself has conquered huge obstacles, and she has taken her experiences and made them positive by giving back to her community and being not only a positive role model, but a compassionate friend and mentor for women of all ages and from all walks of life. Believe in yourself. That's the most important thing. If you believe, anything is possible. This is the motto of nominee Farah Ahmed, and it's a motto she lives her life by. Originally from Pakistan, Farah has overcome many obstacles to become a well-educated nurse. In her 10 years in the Wood Buffalo region, Farah has poured her heart into volunteering for the Canadian Diabetes Association, the Heart and Stroke Foundation, the Breast Cancer Foundation, and the Cancer Society of Fort McMurray. She makes it her mission to not only educate people struggling with health issues, but to give them the support they desperately need. Farah has taken a special interest in diabetes and the people this disease affects.
There's an epidemic of diabetes. If we can't prevent it, at least we can help people live a healthier life through education and through self-management, because that's what drives people, is if they're able to manage their disease, they're going to be able to deal with it. What I like to do is help, right early on. And when you prevent diabetes, then you don't have to worry about any of the complications.
She was the driving force behind ensuring all type 1 diabetes in Alberta would have their insulin pumps covered by medical. In addition, Farah takes on the role of mentor for the Keano College nursing students, presents to the Aboriginal communities of our region, and is the regional chair for the northern part of the Canadian Diabetes Association.
What I do, to me, it's a hobby. It's what I love to do. I don't look at it as I'm working. It's more of a helping somebody. And when I can help somebody, when they have that aha moment, that's all the gratification I need.
With her incredible drive and exceptionally warm demeanor, Farah Ahmad is an inspiration and mentor to many. Her strength and willingness to help have made her a leader, not only in her field of work, but also in the field of caring and compassion. Olive Wooden has that personality and aura that drives people to her. As a longtime resident of the region, Olive is well known for her hearty laugh and generous spirit. She's been a volunteer in many different areas and takes on each role with an enthusiasm that is unmatched. Among her many accomplishments, Olive helped launch the Festival of Trees and made the Girl Guides a stronger, more prominent group within our region.
Volunteering is what makes our society a society. I guess I look at it as giving. It's just a natural thing that I have always found joy in, because so many people need someone who cares. And with that, it's pretty easy, because I find that it doesn't matter who you are, that some people are choosy as to who they love, but I've had the opportunity to love everyone.
Olive is the former owner of the Duck Inn, previously known as the Anzac Hotel. She was a humanitarian and was willing to help anyone who was down on their luck. One of her proudest moments was when the Duck Inn helped to feed over 10,000 people in a period of 3 days. It was a moment of bringing the community together and helping one another.
Volunteering is such a gift in the regard that someone needs a gift that you have, whether it's folding a paper, standing in a line, organizing something. If each person can just acknowledge the gifts that, well, as I say, the good Lord gives them, and then pass them on to someone else to share, to make their life easier. I don't think I never thought of it as a task. I just always thought it was a gift of my time to someone else and sharing.
Olive Wooden is a woman of extraordinary compassion and love. She exudes positivity, and her outlook on life is one of joy and happiness. In her own words, Olive was put on this earth to be of service to others, and it is a service she fulfills with pride and gratitude. With unparalleled determination and courage, these women are forging new paths and setting the standards high for future generations. Their dedication to their many causes is only matched by their incredible spirit of generosity, love, and the desire to improve the communities they too call home. They strongly believe and know that it takes the commitment of many to build strong, healthy, vibrant communities, and they have risen to the challenge with enthusiasm. Thank you to all of the recipients of the Women of Inspiration. Not only have you contributed, you have inspired.